My tribe, who are retired judges, they also overshoot. They also start getting into a debate. They also start criticizing their own people. All these things are not desirable. One thing that all of us have to remember, especially from the legal profession, is we should protect our judges. There is nobody to protect them. They cannot even speak out. At the same time, if at all there is an erring judge, you should be the first one to raise your voice and bring it to the notice of whoever the authority is. I'm not saying you should suffer anybody. You must be facing a number of persons who are unreasonable. Unreasonableness is not a ground to say that he has been misbehaving. But if at all he is crossing a line, definitely you should take it to the notice of whoever is in charge. The level of debate as it has come down in the political sphere is coming down in public life as well. So when you have people who just want to raise some issue by holding constitutional position, all these Aadhaar cards now. Those days people were agitated as to why Aadhaar for everything. So I was told by the law minister that what do the judges think of themselves? We are running the government. We know the difficulties of people. We are all elected by the people. Why should they start interfering with this? The same person who was a lawyer earlier, a lawyer now. So when you are there in the parliament, your perspective changes. When you are in the executive, you think otherwise. So when parliament makes legislations, what it does is it definitely carries out the wishes of the people. In the United States of America, there is a principle called a counter-majoritarian difficulty. Alexander Hamilton wrote a book, The Least Dangerous Branch. He said that the least dangerous branch in the government is the judiciary because it neither has the purse nor the sword. Purse means it doesn't have the money. For the money to run courts, judiciary has to depend upon the executive. Ultimately, money is sent by the government for the High Court to run here, and the salaries are paid by the government. It doesn't have fund on its own. It doesn't have the sword also, which means it passes an order, it passes a judgment which has to be implemented by, again, the executive. If the executive says, I'm not going to implement, again, contempt powers, etc. are there, but the judiciary doesn't have policemen. Or judiciary doesn't have army for implementation of its orders. That's the reason why Alexander Hamilton said that this is the least dangerous branch. But when the US Supreme Court started interfering in legislations from 1905 to 1930, in most of the legislations on grounds of judicial review and the due process clause, which we don't have in India, they have started some sort of a philosophy. People were not talking about basic structure. All of a sudden, there's a debate on basic structure for the past 1 year. How has it all this started? We have some constitutional functionaries, I am again not going to refer to them, who started saying Keshavanand Bharati is wrong. So some judges started defending, some legal professionals also started defending, saying, oh, what is wrong with this? So everything is all right for these years, 73 onwards till 2023. Everything was going on smoothly. Government was also happy. So suddenly, why this debate? The debate is because, again, the parliament wants to make some laws, take them out of the reach of the court. Again, revisit the debate that was there about 50 years back, because it's 50 years after Keshavanand Bharati was decided by the Supreme Court. The problem in this country, as I see, constitutional functionaries do not stay within their limitations. We have speakers, after becoming speakers, towing the line of political parties. Day in and out, you might be seeing the speakers speaking on behalf of the ruling party, making comments in favor of the ruling party. There are no more independent. We have governors who have also been exceeding their briefs. I'll tell you about one case which I decided. This is the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. A bail filed by a person by name Pera Rivalan came before me. He has been in jail for 39 years. and he has got 7 degrees when he was in jail. The state of Tamil Nadu wanted to release him by exercising power that is conferred on them under Article 162 of the Constitution. The governor doesn't want to decide. The position of a governor in the Constitution is he is head of the executive of the state. He doesn't have an independent view except for when he exercises powers as a chancellor of a university and other functions like that. 2 years he sat on the file. Perarivalan continued to be in jail. When the writ petition came up before me, I gave a long rope to the union government. The state of Tamil Nadu was saying that we have done our bit, but the governor is not passing an order. So I called the law officer and then told the Solicitor General, you better tell the governor to pass an order, otherwise we're going to give a direction. The problem of giving a direction to the governor is governor has an immunity, president and governor. But still, we have ways and means of getting an order passed and then directing the office of the governor through the state government to act. That's a judgment of the Supreme Court in Rameshwar Prasad. So with great difficulty, we made the governor take a decision. And what is the decision that he took? After 2 years, the decision taken by the governor is that I will refer this matter to the Union of India. The Union of India will now decide. A decision taken by the state government for which either he has to give approval, not either, he has to give approval. He says now I'll send it to the Union of India, let them. It's very easy. So if I have to take a decision, I can escape by saying, this is called passing the buck. So the file goes to the next table. I need not take a decision. And we had to take an extraordinary step. Normal course, we wouldn't do it. But under Article 142, a power that is given only to the Supreme Court of India under the Constitution to pass orders to do complete justice, I thought it is high time that he comes out. So that's the reason why we released Perarivalan. And after Perarivalan release, the other accused also have come out. Law is the same for everybody.